Hello, ladies. Welcome, welcome. Do not wait for a man to propose if you want a million's proposal. I know that sounds counterintuitive. You might be thinking, but yeah, I need to wait for him. I need to be kind. I need to show him I'll be the great, amazing wife. But all of that couldn't be further from the truth. The more you give intimacy, you show up as this amazing wife, you wait for him, being like, yes, whenever you're ready, we can get married, the more he will not want to propose. It's made psychologically. So when you are kind of like playing his nice girlfriend and he has all of you, he doesn't feel like he needs to put the effort of proposing and providing and marrying you. Everything he does is like charity work, like on top. Just like, for example, when we go to the store, we need to pay to get the item. When we want a service like our car being fixed, we need to pay for the service, right? And other hand, when we go to charity, we don't need to give money to the charity. But if we like good people, we will, right? And same is for the man. If he feels like he doesn't need to propose, he doesn't need to claim you as his wife, he doesn't need to provide, it's not your requirement of entry, then he will feel like he's doing charity. And that's not a good thing. I know as loving empathic woman, you might be thinking, yes, he should not feel forced. He will not value that otherwise. He will not value you if he doesn't feel like he needs to do this. Like he has to have the vibe that he needs to do this, otherwise he will choose another man who will actually propose and provide and marry you, you know? So we don't want to give him the vibe that he's doing charity work by proposing for you because he doesn't need to. You're gonna wait for him forever, right? Like this nice, amazing woman. Um, yeah, nobody's gonna be happy. And you know what's the worst thing about it? And women who are waiting in this waiting room, they get passive aggressive because it's hurtful to wait. You wait another month, another year, and you keep waiting, and it's really, really hurtful. So I was talking to one of my beautiful clients today who was a little bit stuck in this boyfriend-girlfriend scenario. And she was a bit passive aggressive in the last few weeks. And I was like, okay, darling, that's first of all not healthy for the relationship. But I realized that it's coming from the pain that he didn't propose. So I had a really honest talk with her today that we have to set some ultimatums here to that you feel valued because you're right now in this waiting room and you told me you're okay with that. But I can clearly see you're not okay with that. You know, she was saying some passive aggressive comments, like passive aggressive is like saying it nice, but really wanting to hurt the other person. That's passive aggressiveness, something like a backhanded compliment, for example. And it's understandable. If you are waiting for a man to propose, either with circular dating him forever, and then he says next year, and then next year he says next year, and next year he says again next year, and then he comes like, you have to do this first, you have to like change your job, and you have to be nicer to me first, and you have to live with me first for a few years. Like he will tell you this, but I tell you, darling, if you want an engagement next week, DM me for one-on-one coaching. Okay. So if you are stuck in this boyfriend girlfriend scenario. So this client, she was like, oh my God, what should I do? He wants this, that I do this first. He wanted that I do this first. And I was like, listen up. This is what he says. It's just the polarity is off. Let him kick, let us kick him off the pedestal out of that. You're on a pedestal now. And, you know, I showed her like a plan what she should do. She had a talk with him today. And guess what? Guess what the guy said? He said, okay, okay, no worries. Like we can get engaged in, you know, at this date in 2, 3 weeks. And then we continue. And I was sharing my client that, okay, that's good. You know, I told you he ain't going anywhere when you set the requirements in the ultimatum in a feminine way, not like lashing out or like being either you propose or I'm gone or this stuff like that in a feminine way that really inspires a man to propose. So he already had in this talk today was like yeah, we can you know yeah, we can get engaged, sure. But I was like, not yet, don't accept it yet. You need more than that, you know. We were talking about the requirements that she needs, like a marriage date and stuff like that. So yeah, it didn't took us 1 week. It took us 3 hours. That fast, you can get an engagement ring from your boyfriend in 3 hours. So that's a bit sassy, but it just works. It's a combination of psychology and intuition and just knowing what works with men. So if you feel stuck waiting on a man, like really DM me for one-on-one coaching because you can get engaged next week. Okay. So whatever the guy is telling you in terms of, I need you to be better at cooking first. I need you to move in with me first. I need you to do this with me first. I need you to have sex with me first. I need you to do this with, then eventually I will propose. It's like, oh my God, I can't, I want to throw up. I can't listen to this anymore. Like guys say stuff like that, but I promise you, you do it, like you give him everything he asked for, he's like, okay, now I have everything I asked for. If I get engaged to her, it's like charity work. So no, let me go and find a girl who forcing me to do this. Otherwise, she will go with another man. This is just the psychologic of men, the competitive nature. If you like imagine men are hunters, right? Like they were like um, hunting out there hunting, whatever they were hunting like back then, the deers or whatever. Like imagine a deer would be like laying down in front of his feet, and then the deer is like laying down, like, yeah, here, kill me. I'm here in front of you. And then he would like go back to the tribe being like, yeah, it was just so easy to get it, like it was just like laying down here and yeah, I just got it in 1 second. Do you think everybody would like celebrate the guy? Oh my God, he's like amazing. No, they were like, okay, cool. But the other guy who was like, yeah, I had to really sit in the cold for hours to find this deer. I risked my life. It was so hard to get this deer. He would first of all value that much more, and the whole tribe were like, oh my God, you're like the amazing, it was so hard for you to get it, like everybody would celebrate him so much more. This is the psychology of men. They love to have the competition. If he doesn't feel like you're gonna be gone, if he doesn't provide what you want, but you're just gonna be such a good girl waiting for him like for another year or what's like, no, like don't do it. We don't wait on men. And I know as a loving empowered woman, loving, empowered, empathic woman, you want the best for a man. You want him to feel good, have it easy. But darling, that doesn't work like that in dating. Dating is very much based in evolution, right? There's like this physical, invisible sexual attraction. And that doesn't happen when you sit there in front of me like, I'm ready. So I'm gonna wait for you forever, and whenever you're ready, we get married. Like the guy, he gets turned off. He will like tell you 10 requirements, and now he's the feminine. Well, if you have to do this first and this first and this first. Oh my God, no, I can't listen to this anymore. So now, luckily, my client had me, and yeah, it took her 3 hours to level up that guy. But we're not ready yet with that. So we're not ready yet with that topic. Anyways, long story short, so either way, if you are in a dating relationship, like circular dating, or if you are boyfriend, girlfriend, do not wait on a guy. If you're okay with the situation right now, fine. Just like be with him. But when you notice that passive aggressive comments are coming up, you start feeling impatient, you need to reach out for me for one-on-one coaching. And it has to be one-on-one because when you are in a relationship, I have to give you a custom plan, how to talk, what to say, so that you don't trigger the ego response of a man. When you trigger an ego response, it looks like you start behaving like a little toddler. No, I'm not gonna do what you tell me to do, you know, but really being like triggering the more like a hunter response of like, what? I want you as my woman. Of course, I'm claiming you. Here's your ring. What else do you need? Okay, like inspiring his masculinity to step up for you. So, dear, same as when you're circular dating. No, like don't wait for a guy. Like circular dating, if a guy doesn't propose within 6 months, he gets to be kicked out of your dating rotation. Like you're not supposed to be circular dating someone for a few years. Like that's no longer circular dating. And also circular dating doesn't include intimacy. All right. So keep that in mind. It includes just getting to know each other until a man proposes. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you ever felt like waiting on a man and yeah, why you're not gonna do this anymore. Please promise me that in the comments. So thank you so much for watching. I see you in the next video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this one. And again, if you feel stuck, if you feel like you're waiting on a man and you don't know what to do, send me an email. My email is in the description box. You can also purchase a one coaching call. The link is in the description box. Okay? Thank you so much for watching, and I see you in the next video. Oh, by the way, one more thing. Right now, I still have the 2023 prices for my one-on-one coaching. They're gonna change next month, or depending how many of you sign up now. And so lock in the 2023 prices. If you know you want to work with me, the time is now. And I